Well, we've definitely had a great qualifying match on our hand here, but let's not forget there is another one. Currently, Polt plays against a guy named Dale Khan, or Dalek Khan. Either way, we wait for HuK in the other side to fight what is most likely Polt after this series is done. So it's not just like one good series and the rest are garbage. Like, we got more good where this came from. So thank you guys for joining us here for the TING Open $5,000 qualifier. Spawning here on the bottom right side of the map. He is going to be the orange Protoss. Just tied it up 1-1. HuK.
In the bottom left, as the pink Zerg, it is Scarlett.
Of course, a little shout to Fear Dragon in chat. He is our newest caster on the channel, and his plan is to come join us for some streaming action when he gets home from work. Poor guy has a real job. Pfft, what a nerd.
Yeah. What a nerd. No one likes nerds.
Gets paid on a regular basis, a salary which he can predict. What a dork.
And kind of a big one, too. No, I don't know, actually.
What, him being a dork or the salary?
But I'm... Okay.
No, we love Fear Dragon. So hopefully he'll come join us for the losers bracket, ideally. But this qualifier, I was reminding everybody, is like the last of the normal qualifiers. There are 2 more qualifiers after this. They are the wild card qualifiers, where literally anything goes. Any player from any region can come play. The dates are not actually super set in stone, and the times have been moved around a bit. But I mean, for the most part, it's going to be interesting to see who signs up for those.
Yeah. They are, they could be a mixture, or they could just be, people are just gonna be like, the times are off, or the server's off, who knows. Some people are more willing than others to deal with that uncomfortable delay and time zone.
I got a story for you. What's happening
a story.
Right now. I don't want to put my webcam on and make it too obvious, but you remember how there was a lady on my street who really does not love that I cast?
Yes, I do.
She is sitting in her window staring at me from across the street right now.
Stare back at her.
I want to, but I gotta watch the game. But
I
she
can
said
solo
her
cast.
arms are
This is very
crossed.
important.
Her arms are crossed. It's like she wants me to notice her, and like, what am I supposed to do? Wave? I'm gonna wave actually.
No, wink at her.
No, I just waved.
Oh, come on.
And she just turned around and left. Oh shit! If she's getting her coat on to come across the street, I'm gonna film that. I don't care what's going on in game. If she comes over here to bitch at me again, I'm putting that shit on stream, letting her know, hey, you just embarrassed yourself in front of 4,000 people.
I really wish you would either winked like Lucille Bluth, so really creepy, or like if you have it in you, do like the smooth as hell blink, like just like a, you know,
It's like
I don't
super
know,
suave.
Actually.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of someone who's like really good wink, but like who's known for that, right? But either one would have been so good.
Okay, so Scarlett, by the way, is going to get a scout. Now, unfortunately, she did expand towards her opponent, but there's still ways that this is actually better than not. Because one of the things that works out for this build, this positioning, is HuK can no longer abuse Blink the same way we've been seeing everyone else abuse it on this map. This pocket base just leads to a lot of problem and woes, and unfortunately, we've seen a good many Zerg players die to good players executing Blink.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, that explains. It still looks so problematic to be expanding towards the Protoss. It looks so dangerous. Alright, there's 3 more gateways on the way for HuK, who has been doing this in every single game so far. It did not help that much in the first game. It helped a lot in the second. Combined with the Stargates, if it was in fact another drop game, he might be able to hold and then kill the Overlords of Phoenixes, but that's an entirely different game, because in fact there's no drops. It is a Roach Warren and a handful of Lings, scouting for any proxies that may exist. I don't know what proxies would exist. I mean, we've been seeing a lot of, like, dark shrines being proxied, but I guess not seeing anything else. Like, this all could have been a proxy Stargate.
Well, hit back in with the Adepts to defend.
Mm-hmm. The Spore Crawlers on the way are blind Spore Crawlers, but that is the best type of blind response, as they do cover 2 things. Dark Templars and Oracles, or Phoenixes. In this case, of course, it's Oracles first, and she sees that, so I actually don't know if it was blind or not. She might have seen the Oracle with the Lings first. The point is, it helps against both. And she does have them, as well as the Queens, in position.
Well, just while we're waiting for the attack to kick off, question in chat that I'm sure Jesse's going to answer, but I want to actually comment on this. We're asking, is Ting available in Canada? The answer is sadly no. But, as we recently learned from the previous broadcast, you can actually purchase SIM cards as a tourist from any Kroger's or Staples throughout the country and pay for it through there. So I've got my Ting SIM card. I'm actually really excited to use that for when we go to DreamHack.
Yeah. This is only off the back of 4 gateways, but the Oracle's helping as well. I mean, that's where the Spore Code is going to come in.
Maybe. I mean, they're doing what they need to, and they're melting the Ravagers, but the Adepts are being driven back. If there was more Zealots in here, I think this could have gotten a little bit further, but the Oracles remain alive after this, and that's what matters the most, because they've got the damage to kill Roaches and Ravagers, and frankly, Oracles are stupid good against everything.
Now, what's important is that she did defend against the actual push. If she was being a little greedy, if she had gone up to 55, 60 drones and a 4th base, she probably would have died right then and there by losing her 3rd and all of her army in drones. But she was prepared. She had been building Roaches. She had been looking with the Lings. Seeing 3 gateways at the front of the wall is a tell, because, you know, you do the math. They have 1 in the main, because that's what they started off with, and that's 4 gateways. 1 more than they technically absolutely need to expand if it was a defensive passive macro build. So could he have tried to go for a 3rd base with 4 gateways? Technically, sure, but then she would have, of course, countered with a push herself with whatever units she had. And I mean, initially looking at the bases, when a Zerg expands towards a Protoss, that just looks wrong and scary and just like, what are you doing? But Legacy of the Void's a different game. I feel like come mid-game with Roach and Ravagers, actually Protoss was a lot more scared. And now HuK has to be scared of that said push because he's trying to get a 3rd.
Yeah. Cease's war coming down. A lot of people are asking about this lady that we're talking about. I'll explain it when we're between games. It's kind of a longer story. But that Stasis trap was great. Takes out a good chunk of the Lings. However, there's still plenty more where that came from. Is Scarlett. She's got to maybe push through a Time Warp. It'll be kind of cool to see. But Photon Overcharges get popped. Void Ray is going to do what they can, but the Corrosive Biles need to be dodged. Mothership Core does fall. HuK. He's got the Oracles coming back home, but these Queens are so numerous, I don't know if they're going to last.
Transfuse?
In fact, they don't.
Oh, 1 last Transfuse on those 2 Queens, and the Oracles do go down. Only 2 Queens left over for the Void Race, however, and maybe a couple lucky Ravager shots.
This is really abusive, though. I mean, Scarlett, for this sake, is pretty all-in. She wants to win the army fight. This isn't about getting around to killing workers. This is killing the army so that you can win the game. Those Ravagers are getting some nice shots. Great moves. Now up almost double the army supply, and HuK not willing to cancel this Nexus. He wants to hold this location.
Ooh.
Oh, in doing so, though, loses some Stalkers. Very important units. Adept's going to go down next. Void Ray's still not dead yet, and the Queen's chipping away at them slowly.
The one joins the fray. The creep spread has
the Transfuse is
forward. A couple Ravager shots would also help out. The Void Ray isn't actually moving. There, he finally moves. The Queens are still alive, too, and he's only going to be able to help out for so much longer. The Nexus is going to go down, and Scarlett might have done it here. They're on even workers, and, you know, up 1 base means that, well, maybe HuK had a chance to push back, but only if he can kill this army, which he's having a very tough time doing.
Well, I gotta tell you, Scarlett, she missed the entire first qualifier. She's almost done it here in the second one. HuK is on the ropes.
Yeah.
She's continuing to invest in Roaches and Queens even, just to send everything across the map. As you point out, the creep spread is basically here at his front doorstep. Void Rays have fantastic damage versus Roaches, but versus Queens and Ravagers, they are not armored units, so struggling to use these to their fullest extent.
Yeah. The other Void Ray starts targeting the Queen just to make sure that it's free damage on top of those Ravagers, even if it's not the greatest damage in the world. And Ravagers, they do go down quickly to these other ground units. You know, they're not Roaches, they're not super, super buff and, you know, beefy, but they're not going down.
I know, they're barely alive, but they can't keep pushing forward either. The Queen's going to snipe it. Boom, 1 falls.
Yeah. This looks like it's going to work. This looks like it's going to end the game, especially with Ling reinforcements coming in. More Queens on the way as well. Roach speed's going to finish up and accelerate the amount of reinforcement Roaches to help buffer for those Ravagers. And HuK without a Mothership Core too does not have any Photon Overcharges. Oh, bye-bye, Void. Bye-bye. Oh, there's the Mothership Core. She has 1 Photon Overcharge and it dies.
Well, this line of Zerg, 96-22. Everything here points towards GG. Congratulations, Scarlett. She will qualify for our groups, and you'll see her come back for those best of 5s later on. She's the first player through the second NA qualifier. Now, because a lot of people were asking, the TLDR of the story of this